we're like putting in an offer like right now, so I might have to sign
For
something
that
soon.
one house?
Yeah, with the big yard. Wait, did
Oh.
I send you a picture? Did I send
Yeah.
that one
Yeah,
yesterday?
I
The
thought that wait, I thought one fell through or something.
One did fall through, and
Oh, so
then
you saw another
yesterday
one.
we
No, you
saw
didn't tell
one.
us.
We saw one yesterday, and it's even better than the first one. Like,
Wow,
I'll send it to Zilla
that's
right
what
now.
happened with me.
Literally
I'm so
everybody
glad
says that.
I am
Yeah.
so glad I didn't get the first house I put an offer in on.
Why does
I know.
everybody say that? And I mean, things could obviously still happen with this one. There's like multiple offers, so
Everything
Yeah.
we
happens
shall
for a
see.
reason.
But like the backyard's way bigger. It's more of like a flipper. Like we'll have to change, like paint everything, redo some things, but
That's easy.
it's just like way better, and it'll be good content.
Yeah.
That'll be so fun. I'm so excited. This is like the other thing too. Devin and I were just talking about how everything happens on a Friday. Like not all the time, but there's a lot of times where like people are just like, hey, let's like put it,
Make things
let's
happen.
negotiate this. Like, hey, can you do a call at 3 p.m.? I'm like, I guess so. Like,
Yeah, like it's
The
Friday.
universe decides to dump everything on you on Fridays
on
sometimes.
Fridays. Yeah.
I know, what the heck, but I mean, it's like I'm really excited, but I also like don't want to get too excited because there's still so many things that can go wrong every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know, that's the
honestly,
thing about manifesting. Like, you're supposed to, like, fully believe, but, like, I can't get my hopes up. I have to, like,
Yeah, like I will be
prepare myself for
depressed.
disappointment. Yeah.
The only thing is like this gives me hope that
massive.
because we did find a better one, like if this one does fall through, like
Yeah.
that would mean that there's a better one in the future.
One thing my dad always said about like house hunting that I think is really helpful is like don't ever be married to one house because it
Yeah.
really, and this is like actually a good negotiation tip in general, but if you're like married to one house then you like start to think like, okay, I'll be fine if like this doesn't go right or that doesn't go right, but if you kind of like lay off and you're like there's another one that's going to come up, then
Yeah.
you have
There's
more
always more.
That's
leverage
true.
in the negotiations. And so far that's been like true for everything.
Yeah,
like
that's
my
really true with
current house
brands
things.
also.
Yeah.
Except for these days. Except for
Someday.
Q1 of 2023.
I can't.
That house is super cute.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The yard is massive.
The yard is like
Ugh.
gigantic, and there's
I'm
like a
jealous of
laundry
your guys'
room.
yards.
I know, it's the trees.
Yeah.
My yard is really small.
I feel like your yard is big, Dev.
Yeah, big, full of rocks. Like, in Arizona, it's just like the
You could
desert
do
landscape.
grass.
That would be so expensive.
Yeah.
Is it even
I
worth
thought
it
yours
to
was
do
big
that?
too. Like, doesn't it have good like landscaping? Like it has a lot of like
I have like
trees
rocks
and
and
like
landscaping and
fountains.
yeah. But like the actual backyard itself is not that big.
Low
But
maintenance, though. That's nice.
honestly, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say is the maintenance is non-existent. So that's really helpful.
Yeah,
I do want
that's
to like
nice.
I was just thinking about like getting plants and things for at least like doing a veggie garden or veggie potters or something because it would be nice to have
Yeah,
like
that would be fun.
tomatoes, strawberries.
That's what I definitely really want to do this week.
Grow veggies.
Yeah, I want to do vegetables and like herbs and stuff, so we can just go like cut some rosemary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
We got
whatever.
the Arrow Garden and it's really good except for the fact
Oh, I
that
forgot you got that.
yeah, so what we've like learned is that there's some plants that just grow faster and once they're in the Arrow Garden and they're growing, some of them just start to take over like all of the water because their root system is so like intricate. So I feel like we either have to get like take those out and put them into like smaller pots or something faster, like as soon as they start growing, like we have to transfer them, or
Oh.
we have to get plants that kind of have similar growth rates or something.
Oh, yeah, because they're
'Cause, like,
all
the first
living
one that popped
together.
up was dill, and, like, I like dill on, salmon and avocado toast and stuff, but, like, other
Mhm.
than that, there's
In
nothing else that
ranch,
I Oh, you're
dill
right.
and ranch is delicious.
Yeah,
I don't
And
even like
but,
pickles?
pickles.
like, dill is not, like, something that I'm, like, throwing in everything, like,
No, I
mint
don't
would
even
be
use
better,
dill.
basil would be better, like,
Yeah, no.
those are the things, but then
Cilantro.
I forgot the parsley went out of control too, but those are
Uh,
things that like, parsley and dill are not the ones that we use all that much, so they were just taking up all the water and, like, the nutrients and stuff, and so I don't know. Next time I think we're gonna have to, like, try and do different things, but or like pot them sooner.
I have one houseplant that I'm doing a really good job with, and I'm so happy about it. I've
Is
been
it one
watering
behind
it from the
you?
bottom with
Yes.
distilled water only.
Oh, fancy.
Because she's like a picky plant. If she
Is that
gets
the one that
mad,
like dies and then like
yeah,
comes back to life?
Cathea or whatever, the leaves all shrivel up when they're mad.
Yeah,
That's really
that's
funny.
good to
Is the
know.
one
Like, I
behind
feel like
you
that's
Yeah.
real?
helpful.
It is helpful. I'm like, okay, I got you, bitch. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, that
Is your
one's not real,
fiddle
I don't
oh,
think, right?
What?
your
The
fiddle
fiddle
leaf
leaf?
behind you?
Oh, no, that's fake. Yeah. Fuck
Is
that.
that the one where West Elm sent you to?
Yes.
I love that.
Everybody thinks they're real, though.
They look
They
really
look
good.
real. Those ones are hard to take care of, like,
Oh
in
my
real
God.
life,
They're
right?
finicky for sure.
And I've seen that they grow. Like if you get them like on a good path, they start growing, and then you like, unless you have a huge room, you almost
Mm-hmm.
have to like get rid of them.
Yeah, they'll like start curving around. They'll go
Yeah,
up to
I
the
think
ceiling and
Emma
like
from Small House Big Dogs just sold one of hers because it was like getting too big or something.
goals.
I know.
That's cool. Did I tell you guys
Yeah,
how I
you
got
just
my
gotta go
house?
No, I
No.
don't think I've ever heard
I
of
bought
this
my
one.
house in the height of like
Wait, what year was it?
2019.
Oh.
It was like when interest rates were really low, everybody was selling
Yeah.
their houses like crazy, and houses were getting like so many offers. Like my house went on the market on a Friday and they picked the person on a Monday. They were like, we're just having people look at it over the weekend, then we're picking. But I wrote a letter, and in my letter, actually my realtor put this in my letter, but there was like a line about how my dad was helping me buy my first home, and the sellers were actually selling their dad's home. Their dad had just passed
Oh.
away, so they're like, oh, we want to help this girl because our
Yeah.
dad would have done that for us when we were younger.
That is so cute.
And they like
really
denied
cute.
an all cash offer and everything to pick me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I love
Yeah.
Oh,
that.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's becoming illegal in a lot of states to
I
give
know.
letters or
Write letters?
anything. Yeah,
It's, like,
because it is
discriminatory or
it
something.
is like, it's
Yeah.
like literally like, look at us, we're a cute little white family with our 2
Yeah.
dogs and we'll have kids here. It's like
Yeah.
very
That makes sense. But at the same time, that's like you almost, especially if you're really tied to the house
yeah.
and it was something that
Yeah, I
means
think
a lot to you, you want to like give it to somebody who
Yeah,
you
yesterday
connect
Cameron was
with.
like, "We'll fix the system later. We need this house." Because I was like feeling bad about it.
it's funny.
We'll figure it out later. But just give us the house.
I know, literally. Okay, should I do the intro? It feels so long.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devin.
I'm Brittany.
Yay. It's been so long. Like,
Too long.
how do we
Yeah.
even? I feel like Brittany, you need to start because it was your birthday.
When was the
I was
last time
gonna
you
say, you
recorded
guys-
though?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
like
This is
It
going to
was-
be
it
a
was
catch-up
before Taylor
episode.
Swift, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, you have to recap all your trips, Maggie. And Devin, you have to recap your dating.
There's nothing to
I'm
recap.
and we'll make an action plan so there is something to recap. Because
Love
I
that.
am
Love an action
invested.
plan. I knew as soon as there wasn't a second video about it that it did not progress further.
It's only been a week, you guys. What?
We gotta spend some more time swiping.
I don't know what you. Yeah, I asked on TikTok how often I should be swiping, and nobody answered. So
There was somebody-
Great question.
I forgot who said it, but she like her strategy is to go on like for just a segmented period of time a day,
Yeah.
do some swiping, respond, maybe send a few messages, and then like kind of go off.
yeah,
And then not really, because she's like, I don't really have conversations like on the app. Like maybe it's like a couple like
yeah,
back and forth to make sure that they're like cool, but like go on the date sooner.
Yeah.
So then
like,
she's
just,
not
set
spending like
aside
hours
time.
and hours on the app, which I think is smart.
I also think I need to be way pickier about like the people that I accept.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you're seeing a couple of pictures and a couple of sentences, you're like, oh well, maybe it could
Yeah.
possibly, but it needs to be like, okay, yeah, I really like that. I really like
Yeah.
what you said. Yes, and if it doesn't feel
Well,
that way,
maybe
then
not.
no.
I wonder if there's like, you know, the
It's
Chipotle
too-
theory, like where you're
No.
like everyone's like, where do you want to go to dinner? And like everyone's kind of like, I don't know. And then someone says Chipotle, and then someone's like, "No, I don't wanna go there, I wanna go here." It kinda, like, makes
Oh,
you make up your
yes.
mind, like,
I didn't know that
right
was a
away.
Chipotle theory.
You could be like, "I don't know what
But yeah,
I'm
you
just going
ask
on
for
to the job."
people's opinion and it
Then you
reconfirms what
know.
you actually want.
Mhm.
Yeah. So maybe you could do that, like, okay, they put it in your mind, like, okay, they ask you on a date tomorrow to, I don't know, ice cream. Are you gonna go, yes or no?
Well, I
And if you're
have
like,
too much
"Fuck no."
fear around it, so I would
Of going
not
on a
want
date?
to. Yeah. I will
Yeah,
always
so would
not
I.
want to.
But if you, like, hypothetically are like, this person though, like, if you're like, okay, if they
It
ask me out right
that's
like,
even
say
more
you have, like, 10
nerve-wracking.
people. Say you have, like, 10 people, and you, like, go through each one of them. You're like, "Okay, they asked me out, like, right now to, like, my favorite spot. Would I go, yes or no?" Like, instinct.
Yeah.
It'd probably help you weed out people.
Yeah.
Well, because how many people are you matching with that, like, match with you and then just message you? Like, do you talk to
Like,
people?
no.
Have they messaged you?
I don't know. I don't have my notifications on. I haven't been
Okay,
back
maybe
on
that's the
that.
problem.
Have you opened it since last week?
No, it undownloaded. I mean, it
Oh my
offloaded.
god.
Okay.
It offloaded the full app from your
The universe
It
was
was
like,
like,
"No,
"She doesn't
no."
use this anymore."
Ugh,
You probably have a lot of messages.
it's so hard.
Which ones did you do?
Just Hinge.
Just Hinge. So either of you can message first on Hinge?
Mhm.
Do you do any voice prompts?
I haven't.
Oh, there's voice prompts?
Yeah, I think it's the funniest thing.
Wait, like, it's a question and then you answer with your voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
then you can hear their
interesting.
voice and, like,
I kind of
hear
like
if they're
that.
funny.
I
Yeah.
should. I mean, yeah, it helps you get a more of a feel for a person or like a
That's
video
a
or
nice
something.
feature.
Be like, just check out my TikTok and let me know what you think.
How do you feel
That's
about that?
honestly a good
Yeah.
Like, people finding your social media?
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Like, there's pros and cons because they would be able to like really get to know me easily. Like, I would like to be able to see someone's TikTok before I went on a date with them.
Yeah.
But also, like, yeah, it's weird. And like, you feel insecure about how you share everything about your life on social media like, I don't know, it's weird.
I don't like it with new friends because I feel like then they find out way too much about me and, like, my
Yeah.
insecurities are, like, so many things about myself that I would not
Yeah.
normally share, and then I feel
Yeah.
like they're like, "That's weird."
Isn't it
Yeah.
so funny though that you're sharing it with, like, hundreds of thousands of people on the internet, but
It's, like,
not, like,
different.
in a person? I've thought about
Yeah,
that
that's why
too.
I don't know if it bothers me that much because I mean, if they like me if they see my TikTok and then still like me, then like that's a good sign,
Yeah.
If they don't,
Yeah.
then
That is so
what's the
weird because,
point?
like, if there was even 100 people in a room, like, I would not
Just, like,
say
share everything.
things. No, like,
Oh, I
get up
know.
and public speak to even 100 people, but if you got 100 views, that's, like, only 100 people saw
Yeah.
it. What the hell? That's, like, horrible.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
The thing about 100 views is that means that maybe 10 people actually watched the whole
Yes,
video. That's the
that is
problem.
true.
Like,
That's very
So if
true.
they were here talking and they're just leaving the room, like,
That's really awkward.
I just start crying.
Oh my god. Social
That's why,
media
like,
in real life.
the retention on, like, YouTube and TikTok is so, like, demoralizing sometimes, but also it's like,
Yeah.
okay. I feel like it's such a hard thing to have, like, the data to, like, help you, but then also you can't get too far in your head.
Yeah, I was wondering that about our podcast, like,
Yeah.
if that data exists, if people listen to the whole episode or, like
I think it
Well,
does.
there's like the differentiation between a listener and there's like two different ones.
Yeah.
There's like a
Plays.
listen and a play, yeah, or something like
Yeah.
that. So like one means like they just started the episode. It doesn't mean that they listened to any
Oh,
of
I
it.
thought that's what it all was, that they just, like, play. Like, I thought it's, like, 3 seconds or something.
Mm,
I think they have you know how we have like
there was, like, a definition. I can't remember because
yeah.
Like,
we
there's
were
a
looking
multiple
at this
number.
before, and we were trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because it has, like, the amount of listeners in the past week and then, like, the average amount of listeners.
The audience size and
Yeah.
like I feel like the audience is like the people that have listened to more than one episode versus like a
Mm.
listener maybe turned on an episode and then thought we were stupid and turned it off?
No, I think it's the average list. Like one is the how many people listened in the last 7 days, and then one is the average number with all of our episodes. Like if you took a combined average. But thank you guys so much for the love on the podcast. Like we have
Yeah.
been growing so much and it's so exciting. Like now I just check like every hour. I'm like, how many downloads now? How many downloads now?
It's
It's
addicting
very
once you start
exciting.
growing. Like,
I know.
it's so annoying. Because, like,
And I hear some messages too. Like I love when people are just like send a message like, "Hey, I've been really loving the podcast."
I
And it
know.
just makes me so excited.
It feels like it like means more than like anything else.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Podcast. If you listen to the podcast, you really know us.
Yeah, like you really know us.
All the things.
Okay, Brittany, like we really need the whole 3-week birthday
Tell
recap.
everybody what you did.
Did I do a better job of posting on social?
Yes, you did an amazing
Yeah.
job.
Oh, that's so exciting. I still felt it was kind of hard
Yeah.
because I think the biggest thing is that like I want to edit some things like and put them together
Mhm.
before I post them. So like I have a ton of footage, but then I don't always get time to like edit it the way I
Edit
want
it,
it.
yeah.
And then I just like forget and then it's like the next day. But
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Aspen. It's so bougie.
Wait, so
It's
did you go to
so-
Aspen first or like what
yeah,
was your
Aspen
order?
was first. And we got there and it was just like a gorgeous like 3 days. It was sunny. We spent so much money because you literally look at a restaurant and it's like $200 just like gone.
Where did you
Really?
stay? Like,
So
were
we stayed in
you?
so okay, Joe, I don't know what he does or like how he does it, but he is a Airbnb like master finder. Like he has found some
I love that.
absolute gems. And so we think it's like a container house. So they have like
Oh,
two
okay.
containers they put together
Uh-huh.
and it was like gorgeously decorated, like high end everything. They
They
had a
look very
bidet.
modern.
Oh,
They had a
Yeah.
bidet. How
We
was
think we're
that?
probably gonna get one on like an attachment or something for our
I have
toilet.
never used a bidet.
Yeah.
I did once and my parents have one and I don't like.
I don't know. It's like a weird thing, but it's also nice to just feel so clean. So it was in Basalt, which is like 20-ish minutes away from like the Aspen like town and everything.
Okay.
But it was honestly perfect because it was its own like thing. So we could like leave Rosie there and put her in a crate. And it didn't matter if she was like whining or crying or anything. Because
Oh, yeah,
sometimes
that's nice.
she just
At
like
a
whines
hotel,
for
it's
like
hard sometimes.
30
Yeah.
minutes. And
Yeah.
we're like, okay. Like she was like scream whining. Like she sounded like screaming bloody murder. We were like, oh my God, you're just
Aw.
being so dramatic. But then she's like silent when we come home. Like she's chill. She was like
Yeah,
sleeping
it's
the
just
whole
at
time.
first.
But it was just really nice. And they had like very comfortable beds, all the things. And then we like just went out a few days. Like there was like parties like on the mountain, like après on the mountain, which was like so
Oh,
fun. Which is like that's where I was like, we should, even though it's like more expensive in Aspen, we should just like do a trip there because that was just
I would be
a good
down.
time.
Is that
Um,
where Alicia Marie went?
Yeah.
And she
And did
was
the
trying to.
Opry.
Yeah. Did you hear her story about having to like climb up a hill to get to like some opera that you could only ski in and out of?
Yes.
I didn't see that. Do you
It
know?
seems so fancy and fun. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like so many different things like that. And
so do
each
you like make friends at the like Opry? What is it? Opry?
après.
Opry?
We didn't really like talk to that many people at the ones that we went to. I also like am still in this like weird like thing with alcohol that like I can't really drink that much.
Oh, I
Like,
didn't know you were in that.
yeah, it's just like I get really bad headaches or really bad stomach
Mm.
aches. So I'm like
getting
very,
old.
very mindful. I know I was like, oh, I hit 29 and now
Yep.
it's like over.
Yeah.
So I was very mindful of that in Aspen. So I felt like pretty good the whole time. And so I don't know. I didn't go too hard, but one of the friends we met in a mountain closer by to us like works at Aspen at like a lounge in Aspen. So we met up with her a couple times, which was really
Oh,
cool.
that's cute.
And she's come to like Littleton and we like met up again after we met her. So that was cool
Oh,
to
fun.
be able to like connect with her. And we like went out to dinner with them and like their friends.
Oh,
And
cool.
Aspen was just you
That's
and Joe, though.
adventurous.
Yeah. Aspen, and then Jackson Hole is the same thing. So then after we went to Aspen, I had like the best sushi dinner in Aspen. It's like the Nobu in Aspen. It's not
Ooh,
called Nobu, but it's like a sister
the
restaurant.
Nobu
Uh-huh.
of
Highly
Aspen.
recommend. It was just incredible. We also went to like the cutest little French bistro it's like just I asked like everybody in the town. I was like, hey, where do we get like the best French onion soup?
It
And
looked
it's
good in
like
your video.
it
I've
was
never even
so
had
good.
French onion soup, and I was like,
Me
Oh my
this
gosh,
looks
either.
I'm like
delicious.
addicted to it. I need to figure out how to make it at home. But it was like in this cute little like downstairs area. It was like so bougie. They had like furs, but it was like decorated kind of like in a French manner as well. I also met one of my favorite influencers, Lindsay Silberman,
Oh, whoa,
at
that's cool.
the Jerome Hotel. Like she's like one of my all-time favorite people. And I was
You
like,
just saw her?
yeah, she was there. I like knew she was going to Aspen. Like she posted it. I was like, oh my God, I'm going there too. Like it's my birthday. And then we ended up at the same restaurant, and I was like, holy
Did you
shit.
go up to her, or what did you
So
do?
she was like coming on the way back from the bathroom, and I was like, hi, Lindsay. And then she was like, hey. And she like hugged me and we like talked, and it was just really cool.
Oh,
But
that's so
I
nice.
just felt like
cool.
such a I was like fangirling moment. But she was like so chill and like not weird about it at all. I'm sure she gets it like all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. And then we went to Jackson Hole for 3 days, which was like insane.
How long is that drive?
That was like an 8-hour drive. So that was like
Okay.
It's
really
not that
tough.
bad.
Yeah.
But in the winter and stuff, that's kind of
the-
sketch.
yeah. Some of the like on the way home, the reason we had to like stay an extra day was because literally like highways were closed.
Ugh.
So we instead of going like an 8-hour drive, we had to go all the way around to Salt Lake City and then
Oh,
come through to Colorado.
that's
It was just like,
horrible.
yeah,
Ooh,
that was not cool.
that sucks.
But Jackson Hole is also really freaking cute. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's a much harder mountain for sure, but we had like snow every single day, which was incredible.
It's a harder
Um,
mountain, like harder to ski on.
yeah. Like my legs
Mm.
were so dead every single day. Like
Oh,
we come home and I was just sore.
That does
And
not
like
sound
by the
fun
last
to
day.
me.
I did not know like like mountains were harder than others.
Yeah. Cause it's basically Jackson Hole's like all like steeper blues and blacks and
Oh,
everything. Versus like
that.
other mountains have like a good mix of like greens and blues and blacks and stuff.
oh,
Um,
that's interesting.
so Jackson Hole is just definitely harder all around, but very fun.
Did it feel
Um,
Yellowstone-ish?
mm, not so much,
Not
no.
really.
But they have like really cute restaurants and like all these, shops and everything downtown. And so I like that a lot. And we stayed at like this mountain modern motel place that was really freaking nice. Like again, Joe's like a wizard with all this stuff. I don't know like what he's doing, but um it was just like a really cute motel. It was like we got like a bigger room and then we actually went back and like we stayed in like a 1-bedroom suite. It was like 150, 160 a night for like an entire like 1 bedroom with like a kitchen and everything.
That's
Oh,
like
cute.
really good these
Perfect.
days.
So I would definitely go back there again. And then Big Sky was really fun with like the whole family. And
So
like
then how
skiing
far
and
the drive was
Dang,
that?
girl.
like 4 hours, I think. And
Okay.
that was actually like horrific because there's a portion of the drive that like we literally couldn't see outside. It was a whiteout, but like we had to keep going because
Yeah, you can't
there
like
was nowhere to
stop
pull. There was
too.
nowhere to
Yeah.
pull off, and there was like cars behind us, so like they couldn't really see where we were.
Yeah, people
And we
can like
actually
run
like
into
ran,
you.
and we ran into like we didn't run into people, but we like passed people that like had a head-on collision because like they couldn't see each other.
Oh my
So,
gosh, that is terrifying. This is why I do
but
not
like
like snow. Like,
yeah. I mean, it was like in the middle of Idaho, so it was like just flat farmland. So there's like nothing to break the wind up to like
oh,
help the drive. So it's just like snow and wind, like complete. It was like the scariest thing. And the fact that we like couldn't keep
yeah,
like
like
we
you
couldn't
can't
stop.
just stop.
It was
Yeah,
just like, and we like couldn't predict it either. We were like in the middle of it, and all of a sudden like white out and couldn't see anything.
that's
Mm.
terrifying.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Oh, how was your family?
it was good. It was Joe's family, but
Oh, it was Joe's family? I thought it was your
yeah.
family.
No, Joe's parents have a place in Big Sky. And so it was really, really nice.
Did his sister go?
His
And the
sister
baby?
and the baby. She's so freaking cute. She's just like this little smoosh.
How old is she
Aw.
now?
I think she's like 4.5 months now.
Oh,
Oh,
I love
But
that age.
me
Like
too.
3,
yeah,
4, 5 months. That's
They
like
can
she's
hold up
starting to
their own
like
head.
smile and
Yeah.
giggle and like it's just the cutest thing. She like has this like goofy smile that she does like and
oh,
she'll just like start staring at something and like start laughing. It's just the cutest thing.
that's
Ghost
so
probably.
cute. Yeah, I always think that. Does she like go to the mountain while you guys are there and like just hang out, or how does
No,
that work with a baby?
Joe's parents just watched her
Oh, that's
while we
good.
were at the mountain, which was really nice. It was a nice
I'm sure
break
they
for
love
like
that too.
yeah, they could just like have fun and let loose.
Yeah.
So that was really good. But yeah,
Wow, what a fun trip.
Seriously, that's so crazy.
How do you feel like being back
Yeah.
home? Like, do you
Oh
feel
my God,
ready
so
to be in routine and everything?
yes. I think if it's a vacation, I think 2 weeks is kind of like cap for
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
But
I've never
'cause
gone longer.
we were
Neither
thinking of
have I.
doing something like Devin's cousin did, like maybe for a month next year somewhere, like going to Tahoe or I don't know, wherever we can find like a good place to stay. And I think that would be fine because we'd be like living there. It'd be like more of a
Yeah.
permanent
Yeah.
situation.
You like
You
kind
But
of
can
keep
get
your
into a
work schedule a
routine.
little, yeah.
exactly.
Also, I think it's all about what you're mentally prepared for.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's
like
true.
if you know you have a long flight ahead of you and you're mentally prepared for like a 6-hour flight, you're like, okay, cool. But if you have like a 2-hour flight and you're mentally prepared for a 2-hour flight, you're like, okay, this is supposed to be short. I'm so bored when this is going to be over.
That's
Like the
very
flight
true.
from Seattle to Phoenix is like just a little bit, it's like too long, but
How
too
long is it?
not like, I don't know. It's like 3 hours.
My favorite
Yeah.
flight is from Phoenix to Tucson. It's a solid
3
20
hours?
minutes.
Yeah.
3 hours is like that awkward time frame.
Yeah.
Like I feel
It's
like
like it's
2
not
hours
long, but
is
it's not short.
fine,
Yeah.
and like 5 hours you can like mentally prepare, but like 3
Yeah.
hours you just get antsy. You're like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
Oh my
I'm
God, have
like
you
ready,
guys
let's
seen the
go."
movie About Time? We watched it on the
No.
plane and it's so cute and I
Yeah,
can't
which
believe
one
I've
is that
never
again?
seen
I know
it.
I've seen it.
Um,
Is it with the time
why am I
traveling?
blanking? No, see, there's the Time Traveler's Wife and About Time, and I had seen Time Traveler's Wife, and
Oh,
it's
No,
the
but
same
isn't
girl.
I
About
have
Time with
seen it.
the guy
Yeah, he can
who goes
travel in time.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
But
that
there's
is
2
such a good
different movies.
movie.
Like, there's one called About Time, and there's one called Time Traveler's Wife, and they both have
Yeah,
the
I'm
same
not.
girl in them.
Oh, okay.
Rachel McAdams.
Yes, Rach, thank you. I was
About
blanking on
Time
her
is
name.
such a good movie.
It
Yeah.
was so cute. I was like, how have I
Yeah.
never seen this before?
Oh, it's so good. And like his dad.
I literally was bawling on the
Me
plane,
too.
like
Yeah.
when he
Oh,
becomes
so
a
good.
child.
Isn't that so awkward to like be crying on the plane either from like a book or a movie or like laughing hysterically because
Yes.
like when
Yeah,
you
I was
cannot
laughing the
hold
other
in a
time, and I was
laugh.
like, or I hate like when a sex scene comes up randomly on what you're watching, and then you're like,
Oh my God,
I
yes.
swear I'm not watching something inappropriate.
Or like it come if you're watching it like on the back of the seat as well.
Yeah.
You're like hoping there's no like kids next to you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Tell us about Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask if you had like post-concert depression.
Yes and no, because I keep watching all the live streams every single concert on
Okay.
TikTok.
Okay. I feel that.
I don't even know how to put it in words because it was just like so incredible. It was amazing. It was like so perfect. It was like the best possible case scenario. I was so mad though because they wouldn't let me use my vlogging camera. Like when I came
Oh,
down the stairs, I was filming and she was
yeah.
like, "You can't have this camera." And I was like, "They said small cameras were allowed." And she was like, "Yeah, you can have a small camera, but not if the lens comes out at all."
Oh,
But like
yeah.
every single digital
Oh.
camera lens comes out a little bit.
If it's a detachable lens, I think if you can take the lens on and off, then you're not allowed to use it.
Mine's not detachable.
Oh.
There's just the little mini digital camera. I don't know. But it was amazing. And I also feel like I kind of blacked out, like not in a drunk way, but just like in a so overly
Holy
excited
shit.
way. Like I listened to
Yeah.
the playlist of the set list and I'm like, wait, she played this song? Like it's like I don't even remember. But like she was just so close. It was the closest I've ever been at a concert, probably like at a stadium concert.
That is literally a life-changing experience being
Yeah.
close. Like I don't like going to like arenas and stadiums now
Yeah,
because
and
I
like
just want to be in the front row.
yeah, exactly. Like when I saw her for the Red Tour, we were on the floor, but we were like at the end of the catwalk and then like 12 rows back or something. So just like
Yeah.
being on the side, like she performed, I think like 90% of the songs at that diamond that we were right in front of.
Wow.
So it was like
so cool.
the whole time. It was so
That's
cool.
really,
She
really
played like
close.
all the songs that I would ever want. And it was so cool because this I think is the first time I've ever gone to a concert and like not known what songs or like anything about it. Because
Oh,
like usually
yeah.
I watch it all online ahead of time.
Yeah.
So like I did not look at anything on Friday, and then I was like just
Has
so
she
surprised.
been doing a different set list for every single concert?
She changes 2 songs every time.
Okay.
So we didn't so like ours was the first where it changed, so everyone was like, "Wow!" like because it was the
Oh,
second night.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was so cool. That just made me realize we didn't talk about me and Devin met.
I know. I was gonna say you guys met. How was that?
It was fun.
It was so fun. It
We
was.
literally
It's
walked up to
so
each other. I was like,
weird.
"You're this." I thought you're shorter than I thought you would be.
Maggie's tall. Did
Really?
you expect that? Yeah.
No. How tall are you?
We're like the same height. I feel like me and Devin are like the
But
same
you
height.
seem so small to me. Like you seem
But
like
I
a
was
small
also wearing
girl.
boots. I was
Are
wearing
you
those cowboy
5'6",
boots.
7?
I'm like 5'6" or 5'5" or something. 5'5" more.
You seemed like you were 5'7" to me.
If
How
you had
tall are
boots on, you
you?
might have been 5'7".
I'm 5'7".
Yeah,
How tall are you, Britt?
5'7".
Oh, wow.
It's just so
Yeah, it was
weird
probably the
seeing
boots, I guess.
someone in real
Like, it's
life that
like
you like. It's so
like
weird.
I
And,
know
like,
you so well, and I've
I
never
know.
met you. And
And,
like with her
you're the
sister, I was
same,
like,
but
I
a little
know her.
different. Like it's I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, like your voice sounded a little different to me. I was like, wait, how does your voice sound different?
Yeah.
But it was really fun. It was
Yeah.
dumb that because the place that we went to, like, I thought it was like a walk around type place, and it was very much not a walk around type place.
Like you had to stay sitting the whole
Yeah,
time.
so we were like all at different booths, and then I just like hopped around.
Well, then eventually we all went to the same booth. That was
True.
fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
How many friends did you have there, Maggie?
I don't even know. Like 6
Was
or
it
something.
overwhelming?
It was overwhelming for me, so I'm sure it was overwhelming for Devin.
Yeah.
I was fine.
Well, just to like coordinate everybody and like make sure you like say hi to people.
Yeah, and then like my friends' friends were also there, but they got there like way earlier and were at a different booth too. So yeah, it was a lot, but it was like fun meeting Devin's sister and stuff. Like I feel like I know
Yeah.
her too.
That's awesome. Was Cam there?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one?
yeah.
That's
So
so
that was
fun.
good that they got to meet.
Yeah.
Are you like exhausted from all of your travel in March?
I was, but I feel like okay now. I got sick, and then after
Yeah.
getting sick, like I feel better now. It
Did
was
you
like
end
the
up
last
throwing up
day.
like sick, or was it just like
Yeah, I was
that
throwing
is
it up.
awful.
It was weird because the day that we got there for the wedding, that trip, Cameron's mom didn't come to pick us up because she was like having stomach problems. And she was like, I don't think I'm sick or anything. Like, it's just like a little bug. And then she was totally fine. And then Sunday, the day we were leaving, we like woke up in the morning and Cameron was feeling horrible. And I was like, I feel great. But like, we thought it was just a hangover or something because we drank both nights before, like a lot.
Yeah.
And then just throughout the day, like he kept just feeling worse and worse. And we were like, oh no, I think you're getting sick. And then my parents dropped us off at the airport. And right when we walked in, they were like, you're not going to make your connecting flight. Like, because we were supposed to go to Phoenix first. And the first flight kept getting delayed. So we wouldn't have made the second one. So they had to just like, they just put us in a hotel by the airport overnight. But I think that ended up working out better for him because then he could just go to sleep and like we didn't need to go like fly the whole night. And then I
That would
didn't
have
get
been
it until like Tuesday.
brutal to be just throwing up on the plane.
Yeah, that's like no, that would be no fun at all.
Makes me feel sick.
Yeah,
Like,
and then we got a
literally
direct
the
flight.
Worst.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, so it did work out well. And we weren't going to be able to get the dogs till the next day anyways because we were coming back in so late. So it worked out fine. Now I'm trying to get travel credit.
Yeah. Just for the change of the flight.
Yeah, they say if you postpone it, you know that girl where it's like, Erica told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said that if it's over 4 hours, then you can get compensated like up to $1,500 per person.
Oh shit.
How's it going so far?
They have not replied to me.
Can you call them or not?
Yeah, I need to call them because I also like prepaid for our bags and everything, so like lost all that money, the $60. But
hey, that adds up.
Yeah, it does. I feel like there's like I had so many things to tell you guys, and now I
I
am
know.
blanking. Oh, so we went to the dry wedding. The wedding that was dry.
Oh, I didn't know it was
How is it?
dry.
Yes, it was a dry wedding.
Why?
They're very Christian.
Oh, okay.
Not that that's related. um, but the girls' side of the family is. So we were like, we went out with Aaron's parents and Cameron's parents before and got a few drinks. And then like we did the ceremony and everything. And then it was like mocktail hour. So they had lemonade, like country crock pink lemonade, basically. And we're like
They
walking
couldn't even
around
do
and
something like a little more fancy than that.
well, they did have Shirley Temples later, which I was very
Okay.
happy about because I love a dirty Shirley.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so
Do
we're
people
like,
just like bring flasks with
I
them?
would.
so we're in the mocktail hour, and like we start to see like the groom's family just like in bags and stuff, like in different rooms, and we're like,
Oh
what's
my
happening?
god.
So then we decide we're like, okay, let's just go to a restaurant real quick and like go get a margarita while we're waiting, and then like we'll come back before anybody even sits down, and nobody will even know. So the three of us like leave, and I'm like walking in my heels down in downtown Tucson, and we like go to El Charo or something. It's like a little steakhouse thing, and we got a drink, and then Aaron's mom calls him while we're sitting at the bar, and we're like, oh no, what's happening? And and we're like, don't answer, don't answer. And then she texts him, please call me. And we're like, oh no. And then she calls again, and we're like, oh no, what is happening? Like, we're in trouble. And we answer, and she's like, where are you guys? And he's like, oh, we just went on a walk. Like, we'll be right back. And she's like, can you go get some booze for us?
She's like, emergency.
Yeah. So we were like, oh, okay, yeah, we're getting alcohol right now. And then like literally one of our friends like dropped off shooters for us, and we had it like in a plastic grocery bag, and then the whole night we were like sharing with people and putting it in all the drinks.
Oh my
That
god,
is
that's
so funny.
But it ended up being a very fun wedding.
That's good.
I feel like even if you are super religious, like you might as well do like beer and wine. Like you don't have to do
Yeah.
hard liquor or anything.
Yeah, I don't really
But
know like where that even I mean, there's alcohol like in the Bible now.
yeah, you drink wine.
Yeah. So I'm not sure where that even comes from.
That is interesting.
I guess just a
I
personal
guess it saves
choice.
them a lot of money though, probably.
True. I bet it did. I bet it did save lots of money.
Dang.
Okay, Dev.
I
Updates.
don't have any updates.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. That's funny. Like the last time we talked, I was like, oh, I wish I had something that I was obsessed with.
You found your new thing. Your
You
new
found a
fixation.
full-on obsession.
I'm so are you gonna watch it, Maggie?
I feel like I should, but I'm just like so into Gossip Girl right now that I can't watch anything else.
Oh,
Like I have
yeah.
not watched Love
That's
is
how I
Blind. I've not
felt.
watched any Netflix anything.
Well, you should like my sister was upset like is obsessed
I
with
just
it,
keep being
too.
like, should I read it first? Like that's why I just am like, I
So,
don't know which one to do.
No.
remember
No.
I
Watch it,
started
then read it.
Yeah, I think the same because I started it and then I started and finished the book, and I'm so happy I did that because it just like made me more excited to read the book and like
Okay.
have
I
all the
think,
different details.
yeah, the great thing about this watching first is you get to know the characters, you can hear the music, and then when you're done and you love it, then you can read the book and get like a bit more detail on everything.
Yeah.
Are you gonna reread it?
I already I listened to the audiobook. The audiobook is really cool because each character has a different narrator.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
So it was really
I
cool.
like that.
Oh, and it's so good.
That's like more like a podcast kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool, but the show is better than the book. It's all
You
the
think
changes
so?
they made are better. It's just so well done.
Wait, and it's an
All the
Amazon
actors-
Prime original?
Mhm. Amazon's
That's kind
got
of
a big
crazy.
budget.
And Hello Sunshine too, right? Like
Yeah,
like
production.
obviously
Oh,
Amazon
it
Prime,
is?
but like Hello Sunshine like produced it.
Okay. Well, they're
Yeah.
always
I mean,
good.
all of the actors needed to learn how to sing and play the instruments.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
They
so
weren't
they
already
like went
singers
to
and-
before they no, they like Riley, who plays Daisy, had never sang before. Sam, who
Yeah.
plays Billy,
What?
had only sang like musical theater, and so they had to. Well, first
Did they know
had
that they
to-
were good singers though? Like they had to sing in their audition?
They did, but like Riley had to keep re-singing because she sang too softly, and in the book Daisy like belts and sings very loudly, and so Riley like went in her car and recorded herself singing loudly, and she listened back and she started crying because she was horrible, so she had to get a voice coach and send in a new audition tape. And then once they were chosen, they all had to go to band camp for like a year and learn how to play the songs, play the instruments. Like they
Camp
had to
Rock.
record an album. Yeah, band camp. But like
I read one interview where Riley was like so nervous because she was like, I'm trash. And then Billy also, I don't
they
know the
both
actor's
sucked.
name. Yeah, and like
Sam.
he was like, and then they got together and then they were like, oh good, we're like both shit. So like we'll just get better together.
That is crazy.
That's
I
what
did
I
not
thought
know
too.
that.
Yeah.
Wait, so Suki didn't like sing at all before?
I'm not sure, but like she started recording an album and stuff.
Is she the one that
after
plays Daisy?
Jones. No,
She's the one who plays
she's
Karen.
the keyboardist.
Okay.
But I thought like because I started listening to her stuff and like I like went on her Instagram and I was like, wait, she's like in Lollapalooza, like Argentina
Lineup,
or like Brazil and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
has like millions of followers on Instagram.
Whoa.
But
so
she's cool. I think she's
She
a
is
really
cool.
cool girl.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever used to record yourself singing something because you thought like you're good and then you listen back and then you're like, oh no.
I don't think
No.
so.
I do that so many times.
I had a friend that was like had the most incredible voice when I was like in elementary school, and my like bar was her, and so I was like, I'm never going to be her, so I will let her sing, and
That
I will
makes
just sit
sense.
here.
I
Me and my
wanna,
friends
like,
used to
learn
write
to
like
sing
song
now.
lyrics. You should take some voice lessons.
Yeah, I think it would be fun because, like, I don't know how they were talking about how they had to learn how to sing.
Like I feel like if
Yeah.
everybody took voice lessons like starting from childhood, more people would be good singers because a lot of it
Yeah.
is technique and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear.
A lot of it's breath, isn't it? Like
yeah,
And,
and like
like,
where
singing
you're singing from.
yeah. Like you have to sing from your stomach more, and I feel like I'm singing from my chest when I do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I wonder if like yoga really helps that, because yoga teaches you to breathe
Like
from
breathing.
your belly.
Probably.
That would
That's
make
so
sense.
crazy. Yeah, I like that, but I want to like. Did you just watch a bunch of interviews and stuff, Dev, for like
Yeah.
behind the scenes of? Did
And
you
then I
watch,
like
everything?
followed them all. I have one more thing I just found. They did this like long panel interview that I need to watch today. But
Where?
I've watched 92nd Street Y.
Okay,
It's on YouTube.
I'll have to watch that too.
I
I think
can
it's
send
so
it to
interesting
you.
to like learn the behind the scenes of all of it,
I
because
know, 'cause,
it's just
like-
like so seamless on the show.
I'm just because I was watching all of their TikToks and stuff, and I am obsessed with all of their chemistry. Like all of the actors are best friends.
I wonder if
and
it's because
I
of the
love
camp
that.
first.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
think
bet that
so.
really bonded
Because
them.
they started before COVID, and then COVID hit, and they had to
Really?
take 2 years off. So like for 2 years,
Oh.
they had like a chat on WhatsApp or whatever, and they were able to bond and become like really close
Oh, that's
before
really
even
cool.
starting to film. Yeah.
So the band camp was like a year before COVID, and then COVID hit, and then they had to like pause.
The band camp started, then COVID hit. They had to pause,
Yeah.
but then that gave them time to like
To
practice
really
on
get
their
better.
own. And then I think the band camp started again, where they like were together again.
I also think it's really freaking cool that Riley is Elvis Presley's granddaughter.
I know.
Wait, in real life?
I
Mhm.
literally texted my
Wait,
friend
how?
when I was depressed, and I was like, it makes me depressed that I'll never be as cool as Riley Keough. Like,
I think,
I
and
just think that is so cool.
yeah.
Wait,
But I
is
also
she
love that
Lisa
she's like
Marie's
directed
daughter?
stuff, too.
Yeah, her oldest
Oh.
daughter.
That's cool.
Yeah. I
And
know,
she's
it's so cool.
Daisy?
Mhm.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Why they would
But it's
like,
funny because
trust
she never
them.
touched music before.
Yeah,
now.
that's so interesting.
She like had always just done like acting and that sort
Hmm.
of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's sad. Didn't her mom just die?
Mhm.
And
That's
her
sad.
grandma's being a little monkey.
Really?
They're
Yeah,
because
she's trying to take control of the will.
Lisa Marie put Riley as the
How do you guys know all this information?
Executor.
so Riley got Graceland basically when Lisa Marie died, and now Priscilla is contesting the
Yeah.
will.
That's insane.
How do you know this information?
Interviews.
Oh,
TikTok. I don't know.
cool.
I was just like fascinated by all the behind the scenes of it all.
Me too, man.
Maybe that will make me more into it after my Elvis obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Actually,
the
it probably
guitar
will.
strap that Daisy has is a replica of Elvis's.
That is
Oh,
so
that's cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you like your record player?
Yes, I love it.
Does it
But
sound cool?
yeah, it's really cool. It's
Which one did
fun.
you get?
Audio Technica, Bluetooth. So you
Is
have to get
Bluetooth?
speakers with it. Yeah, because you have to get Bluetooth speakers to connect to it because it
So you can
doesn't
put the
emote the sound.
speakers like further away or whatever, and it
Mhm.
would still be loud. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
How
Joe
much
just
was
got a
it?
record player too.
I think it was like
Um,
$200.
Oh, that's not bad at all. I thought you were gonna say like 1,000.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, I thought they were more expensive.
I'm sure you can buy really expensive ones.
Yeah.
That's
The only thing
cool.
about
How much is a record?
records, they're like $20 to $40 usually. You can find like
You can find
sales and
cheaper
like
ones too.
yeah. If it's a
That's
new one, it's
cool.
probably like 40 or
Yeah.
35. But yeah, now I need to get
Cool.
records. But it's kind of a pain because obviously you can only fit so many songs on one side of the vinyl.
Yeah.
So, you have to like continually be switching things out. Like a digital playlist is a lot more convenient.
For
But
sure.
it's fun to have like a physical.
That's why I loved at the
Vinyl.
Eagles concert because like Hotel California was on two sides or whatever, the
Mhm.
album. So like they had the
Mm.
physical record there, and then like somebody would come out and like switch it when it
Oh,
was
that's
actually going to side
cool.
B, and then they'd start playing the next songs.
Oh, that's cute.
That is really cool.
But yeah, I
I
don't
think
know going in
kind of like,
order.
it's kind of like fun though, because that's kind of what we used to do, you know, like with like tape,
Put in our CDs.
like yeah, tapes and CDs. Like
Mm-hmm.
you would just kind of listen to it from start to finish.
Mm-hmm. Or I'd always
And
like
it was,
skip through to the one I want. Like
yeah,
that's so true. Like the iPod Shuffle when that came out, that was like huge that you could just shuffle thing.
yeah.
The art of the album is just dead though. Like that so Ellie
Uh-huh.
Goulding's album just came out today, and whenever one of her albums drop, I like listen to it start to finish, like in order.
Did you
Does
already
she
listen
have
this
to go very
morning or last night?
intentionally?
Last night I listened to it, yeah, and this morning.
What,
And after
Britt?
this.
Yeah.
Do artists still like really intentionally line up the songs?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
So that's why if you really love and respect an artist, you should listen to it from start to finish a couple of times and just like
That's what I do
pay
with
them
like
the respect.
with like Harry and Taylor, and like
Yeah.
if there's an album, there's not a lot of artists where I like
Yeah, me
love a
either.
whole album or like I'm looking
so
forward
true.
to a whole album really.
Yeah.
I tend to enjoy albums more if I'm not like intentionally listening to them, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. If like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like cleaning, I'll like start to like a song more than if I
Yeah,
was
me
to put it
too.
on the radio and intentionally try and listen to like that particular song. But then if I like heard it while I was cleaning, I might be like, wait, I actually really like this.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely. Do you like it? What's your rating?
I like it. I like a lot of the songs. I don't like
no.
some of the songs. But so she said this is her like least emotional album. So it's just like supposed to be a pop banger album,
Oh. Okay.
which I mean is cool, but like, my favorite Ellie songs are like really the deep emotional like
the more like in the
ones.
feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
it doesn't
more like radio
necessarily
songs probably?
Yeah, like pop hit. Yeah. I mean, there are some that have stood out to me that I really like, but like my favorite album of hers is the lyrics are so deep and heartbreaking, but like you can still dance to it type of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? Like, I don't know how much of this is what actually goes on in like record labels and recording and stuff, but it's like, they in Daisy Jones, they like wrote a bunch of the songs that they're like really passionate about, but they're like, this isn't going to sell or like
Mhm.
this is not going to perform well or whatever. And so that's interesting that you're saying that like you really enjoy the more deep songs that she sings or like writes. And so I'm curious, like maybe her record label's like, sorry, you have to have like
A
50% of this needs to be like hits and pop and like
Yeah.
dancey and stuff.
I'm sure.
And then you can have like 50% for you.
I find
Yeah.
that so interesting with artists because that's how it is with like everybody. I feel like that's why I tell people with Taylor Swift, like all of her popular songs are the Like, they're
Yeah.
not good songs. Like, those are the worst
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, like, the last time we talked about Ellie, Maggie, you're like, "I love her song Love Me Like You Do."
Yeah, that's
And I'm
like
like, "Wha"
yeah,
that song.
I do love that song.
It's a
But
good
yeah,
song.
because I don't know the, like, deep cut ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the same people talk about this with, like, your social media content, but, like, how
Mhm.
you need to make the viral content to
Duh.
attract new people, but then you also need to make, like, the stuff
You
that your
yeah.
fans like too. You have to
Yeah.
have a
Oh,
mix of
wow,
both.
that's such a good comparison. That's so
Tying it all
true.
in.
But then also people can be wrong because like, that's what they told Taylor Swift about, like, the all too well
Yeah.
10-minute version is like, "This won't do well, like, a 10-minute song is not gonna be good," and then popped off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's Taylor
I
Swift.
I'm curious though, like for some of those things, like, do you think that did really well because it was very talked about that it was a freaking 10-minute song?
I think it's the fans, like, having, like, the deeper fan base. Because
Yeah,
like,
she
with Ellie
has
Goulding or
so
whatever, like
many.
yeah, like, certain people will like the more underground songs, and then certain people will know what's on the radio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Taylor has so many fans that are diehard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's really crazy. Like, the fact like, there was more people there than at the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah,
Her label should not be telling her anything. She should be able to do whatever the hell she wants.
I know.
Yeah. That's so true. But that's like it's so funny to even just think about this from like social media and just media in general, I guess, is like there's all these executives and people that are like, we know better. We are like
Mhm.
looking at historical trends and blah 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 blah. But
So
like
dumb.
if an artist or like and this is for like goes for ads too, like if a creator knows what's better, like what's gonna
Know your
perform for their audience,
following,
like
yeah.
let them just do it because
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 they're gonna be right. And if they're not right, a good portion of their audience is gonna appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I really like that comparison to content. Should we read that listener email that we got and maybe close out on that?
Yeah.
I can read it. Okay. So it says, so I'm in college, and a while back, like before Christmas, this guy that's in some of my courses asked for my number, and I'm so bad at relationships with guys, so I just said no. And sometimes I see him, and it's just so awkward, and I've thought about it a lot, and I've realized that I actually do have feelings for him, and I want to get to know him, but I don't know how to approach this because it would be so weird to just walk up to him and say, "Remember that one time you asked for my number?" That's it.
My one question for this is, are they continuously talking? Because
I feel like
from like
no,
the way she
kinda.
wrote it, yeah, it's
Mm.
like from a distance. She's like, I like you from a distance now.
Maybe they sit kind of close in some of their classes or like, eh, I don't know.
But she's in college, right?
Yeah,
So probably like one class, maybe two, not like
true.
a lot of classes, unless they have like, yeah, the chances of them having.
Low key, I feel like you kind of do need to go up to him and say that. Unless you
Yeah,
unless you have his
Yeah.
Instagram, like then
You
you can
miss all the
message him on
shots you don't
Instagram.
take.
Yeah.
And what's the harm in trying?
Yeah,
You
I
regret
would
it if you don't.
yeah, I would like initiate conversation, like maybe like a compliment or something about something, and then be like maybe say like your situation has changed or something, or your feelings have changed, and like you actually would like to get his number now.
The other thing
Or I'd follow
too,
him on
You would have
Instagram.
to.
if like so they still have like a few more classes left for the year.
Oh,
Maybe like
true, the
try
year's
and be
ending, you gotta
I
get
know, the
into
year's
this.
ending, you gotta like act fast. So if they do have a little bit more time, like maybe be intentional about like sitting next to him and talking to him for like a couple weeks. And like, because the other thing too is like, what if she's kind of like just interested in him because she's like built up this fantasy
True, like
and then he's like trash. So
mhm.
maybe like sit next to him, chat with him like a couple times, and then if you have that time,
Yeah, and give him
and then
vibes like you're interested because right now he thinks that you're not because you
yeah,
said no.
because he could
Yeah.
even just ask you out again if
But
you
I
like
feel like
start
he
the conversations
wouldn't.
and stuff.
Because if you turn down a guy one time, they're just
Yeah, that's like
automatically, she's not
scary.
interested. He's not going
Yeah,
to ask again. So you would have to be the one to make the move.
yeah. But I feel like at least one class, try and like connect with him a little bit more before being like, "Hey, remember me? I'm still interested."
True,
Like,
yeah, it
let's
depends
talk.
on your like friendship.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gone up and asked a guy out or for his number?
No,
I've
no.
never done that in my life. So we feel you. That's very scary.
It's very scary.
I would do it through Instagram. That's what I would like. Honestly, if I was in this situation, I'd find him on Instagram,
That's
follow
smart.
him, see if he DM me. If not,
Yeah,
the next day I would DM.
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
But also
actually.
simultaneously talk to him in class.
Yeah, solid
I like
advice.
Tell us what happens.
Yes, please give us all
And
your
if
updates.
the year is ending, like, in a month or whatever, or, like, in a week, depending on your school, just
Oh,
do it.
yikes.
Just send it.
That is so crazy. One of my followers was talking about how like she's doing finals right now, and I was like, it was giving me the feelings of like being in finals and school's almost over.
So,
It's
yeah.
so crazy. It's like depressing every year when the school year ends again and like time's just going by so quickly and oh, another school year's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish we had summer like off.
Summer
It would
break.
make me actually like summer because I hate summer now.
Why?
I know.
Because it's
Deb,
so
do you think
hot.
you're gonna plan, like, 1 or 2 trips in the summer?
We already planned a trip to San Diego for 4th of July.
Oh, that'll be good.
Ooh.
But
San
yeah,
Diego's so fun on 4th of July.
Yeah, I want to start traveling more. I used to love traveling so much and now I have so much anxiety and so I need to like work through that.
Do you still feel like the anxiety with your family? Like on a family vacation?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could you go to is Flagstaff, like, cool in the summer? Like, cooler than that could be a good one because that's only, like, a couple hours, right? And it's a
Yeah.
road trip.
I love Flagstaff, yeah.
And you went to that super cute A-frame.
Uh-huh. I don't really want to travel alone though. It's boring.
Yeah. Come to Colorado.
We need to plan our trip.
Yeah, we do.
Did you see also, Dev, the tulip farm is like not, they're at like 3% bloom right now.
Oh shit.
Like they posted a picture, it's like one row.
I'm glad I didn't come.
Yeah, so I don't know how to like time that. I
So
just
are they
keep
still
checking.
going to bloom?
I assume so, maybe eventually. But it's just
Wow.
like still so
Is it
cold
like
and
a
rainy.
cold snap? Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so
Yeah.
cold. All the cherry blossoms are blooming on the waterfront, so we'll probably go look at those like tomorrow, but it's still just raining so much.
I need to see if there's something like that here. Like, if there's a different seasons like that. I know there's definitely, like, wildflowers.
There's so many wildflowers there, right?
Yeah.
Like I love
Yeah.
those videos of people like hiking in the mountains, and there's just so many wildflowers in Colorado.
The Facebook groups are so clutch for that stuff. They, like, have
Mhm.
they have it, like, on lock. Like, everyone's posting their pictures and, like, location and, like, there's rules about you have to, like, say this or that or, like, what year it is.
That's crazy.
So I need to join some of those for, like, wildflowers or
I definitely
like
want to
that.
camp more this year. Well, we've never gone camping with the dogs, and I really want to do that.
Do you like tent camping?
Well, I didn't grow up tent camping. Like I grew up in a trailer with cable and internet and everything.
Nice. So do you
But
rent a camper?
no, my dad like has a camper that we grew up with, but like now we have 2 tents. We have this one that's like a really, really big yurt. Like you can fit like 3 queen bed mattresses in it.
Wow.
It's very big. So I like that one because then it feels like you can put a little table up and stuff. I've seen
Yeah.
people have like a whole blow up couch too. So
That's
then they
what
just
I
have
would
like a
have.
couch and
And, like, an AC unit.
yeah, exactly. We'll probably just go somewhere like close to see how the dogs do. I feel like they would
Wow.
not sleep well.
Really?
All the noises and stuff would
Yeah, like when we're
Yeah,
in a
nightmare.
hotel, Finn does not settle. Like he just paces at night. Like
Rosie would probably just do, like, the, like, lane, like,
Willow would do that all night.
I hate that.
Me
Like, why don't you
too.
just bark or shut up?
I know.
Doing this, like, half-assed little, like,
It's like the air that
grunt. Like, shut up.
that's so accurate.
Ugh. I think that I have to try camping one time this year.
I'm
You
not a big
should.
camper.
It's not really, like, my go-to, but
I
if I
just
could
hate
if
like
I find, like, a glamping spot, I would go
there's so many like cute glamping spots. But I feel like in Colorado it's kind of the same as here in Washington. Like all of those pretty beautiful spots that like all the hikers and beautiful people share are like 10-mile hikes to get there, and then like
Oh,
you
I
have to
hate
camp and
that.
stuff. It's like, okay, well, I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
No. I know you have to, like, have, like, a whole backpack.
Yeah, like I
I'm
just want to see the
like,
pretty flowers. I'm not trying to backpack
I'm
and
trying to take a
poop in a
picture and
hole.
leave. Ugh.
They need more like transport options.
For real.
Yeah. I know I have seen, like, some reels and, like, TikToks of, like, easy places to get, like, good views in Colorado. that are like close to Denver, which is nice.
Before summer, do you guys like have like a summer bucket list or like a list of things that you want to do, or do you not really do that?
No, but we should make one and share it.
Yeah, we should. I like to do that every year,
I
especially
want to do
here.
that. I like that. That's
There's
really
so
fun.
many things to do, especially like when you
Yeah,
move too. It's like,
I know. I like that. I'm gonna do that this weekend.
yeah, you can also do like restaurants and things.
Yeah, restaurants, like probably baseball games.
Oh, I want to go to a
It
baseball
was, like,
game so
opening.
bad, and it's so cold still.
I know. It's actually, I think it was actually like 55 degrees yesterday, which was just amazing.
That is
Oh,
nice.
that's
Also,
pretty
the
good.
sunshine here, like I forget.
Oh,
Like
it's
I woke
51
up this
here.
morning to the sun at like 6 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, just a gorgeous day.
The sun being out later now is like healing my
Oh,
depression. Like when
it's
you start
incredible.
to come out of this, it's like so weird realizing like, oh, maybe it was just seasonal. Like, oh, I have just been depressed for months.
It
Yeah.
confuses me because it makes me feel like I need to work longer and eat later,
Uh-huh.
like just because I
I
don't know
like
the
that.
sun.
Like I like
You
when
like
it's like
working longer?
7.
Yeah.
I don't really
And
work longer. Like I just like then it gives me more time at night where then like it feels like
yeah,
the night is longer after
I
work rather than work ends and then it's like bedtime. Like
I completely agree. It just like feel in the morning, it's like way easier to get
mhm.
up in the morning, like early. So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you just have like more of your day where
Don't
you're
need a
not actually,
hatch.
yeah, got the full sun.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll make a bucket list and include a trip for all of us.
Yes.
I'm
I
down
love
to
it.
go any of those places.
Amazing.
Okay, well, thank you guys for listening to another episode. If you guys listen on Spotify, make sure that you rate us stars, 5 stars, please. And also you can follow us so then that way you can be like notified every time we have a new episode and you won't miss it on Tuesdays. But we are also available wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube if you want to watch the video of us. But yeah, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.